What's going on, my good people? This your boy Life Up the Entertainer, here to bring you some action with Grambling State University. We are grading a halftime show performances. There's several halftime show performances I didn't get a chance to grade this season, and I wanted to go ahead and give it a grade. They did some stuff in 2025, which is going to add to their record if they did good or not. But I'm going to give them a decisive dub if they win, okay? But if not, they won't get no L losses or nothing like that. But it will help me determine their strength in the SWAC, because I am doing a SWAC tier list. So if y'all want to see that tier list or be a part of this family, please consider hitting that subscribe button above or at the bottom, and then, you know, like up this video if you're World Fame or you're Grand Fam, okay? Really means a lot. I'm alumni, so, you know, glad to see this, you know, this band do, you know, nice things, you know. So it's good to see them do their thing. So with that being said, I'm excited to see what they're going to bring. Hope this is be entertaining, but for the majority of this is just me giving honest critique on what the band can work on in the future and what they can do for future performances to help increase their chances of having a better entertaining field show. They're usually good at doing what they're doing, so I have no too much complaints in that department, but we'll see. Alright, so with that being said, man, please look to the cards next to me so you know what we'll be grading. We're going to be grading entrance, songs, formation, dancers, and breakdown. Okay, maximum points they can make all together is 25. I have a creative department. If they do something unique or death-defying on the field, I give them some extra incentive, okay? So if the band is able to get a perfect field show, which is them getting everything 5 in every other category besides creative, I would give them a perfect field show rating, and they would get a dub on their name, okay? But if they're not able to get a perfect field show rating, they have a chance to redeem themselves. If the creative department, if they get extra incentive and they make at least a 27 on my scale, I would give them a dub on their name, okay? It doesn't mean that the band is bad if they don't get a dub. It's just, you know, it's just some things that needs to be worked on. Alright? So, with that being said, I got 4 performances. They got one when we did Lafayette. They did ASU. One when they did the Super Bowl. They did some type of performance and they practice field show. That's, you know, that's what they did at the Super Bowl. And I'm grading the Mavericks performance as well, because they kind of did a field show performance for them too. So this is going to be an interesting watch. I can't wait to see what's going to be pulled off in these field shows, and give it to you raw and uncut from your alumni. So let's see what we got, man. Let's see how it goes. We're going to start with the UL first, and then we're going to move on down, alright? That's the love that Dr. Roebuck, she's over the band currently.
You better see the world thing! Can I get a yes? The following performance is rated G. The 3 baddest drum majors to touch a bill. From Alexandria, Louisiana, Corey Tuku LeCurd. Louisiana, Isidore, Prime Time Holiday, and from right here in Lafayette, Louisiana, Epic Mitchell, that bad boy, the best to ever do it. Lafayette, Louisiana, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Since 1926, this prestigious, electrifying, multi-talented band has performed in nearly every major stadium across the world. Africa, Tokyo, Spain, from the U.S. coast to coast to the NBA All-Star Game. BET to stadium seats, the whole to the Super Bowl. They know our name. We are the world.
Like the 2 hoes on the field.
Seats as he shows his skills.
Oh, we're not getting his knees up. That's a no for me.
Every moment.
Gotta get your knees up.
Marching band has performed the inaugurations of Presidents Bush and Obama, and also the virtual inauguration of
Some
President
walking
Joe
going
Biden.
on. So 8 to 5 is a lot of walking. Gotta get the knees up. Gotta get the knees up. This is the first game of the season.
The marching band performed in a motion picture Drumline, and also made an appearance at Coachella with Beyonce. Under the direction of John Main Griffith, the mesmerizing, precise, dynamic pieces will delegate to Jill Stubbs coming to you.
I will say that background, man. They got that breakdown down. Alright, let's give it a grade. Let's give it a grade. That's fine. There you go. Alright, was not a perfect field show, but let's give it a grade. There was no creative moments in this field show for me, at least from what I can bring up. But entrance is a 5. Songs, I'm gonna give them a 4. When I got to the dance feature, that articulation part, they needed some work on that. There was some clutteredness going on as well as that. Formations, I'm gonna give them a 5. Dancers, I'm gonna give them a 5. I lied. Formations, I'm gonna give them a 3. Dancers is a 5. Breakdown, I'm gonna give breakdown a 5. So let me give my reason for that grade, so that y'all know. This was their first field show, so I wasn't expecting it to be as strong. Okay, so I'm sure that they're gonna do some improvement over this series, but you get what I'm saying. So let me give that a grade so they know what they have, and I'll give my explanation. They got a 22. Not bad for the season. What I would say, when we look at this field show, some people was not getting their legs up, and it wasn't just one person. It was multiple people on this field that was not picking their legs up. All right, you gotta get your knees up. We're not walking, y'all marching band, so y'all gotta get your knees up. I don't care if you're in pain or what, but that's what it is. Like I said with the songs, I just think if they fix that clutteredness there, they would be straight. Which I think they did, because again, this is the beginning of the season. Alright, so you got to give them some grace on that, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. No dub on this one, but that's okay. We're moving on to the next one. Alrighty. This is close to the end of the season. I think this is one of their last games at Grambling, besides Bayou Classic. So I'm expecting a lot of good things out of them for this one. So let's see what they got. If y'all made it this far in this video, please consider subscribing and liking up this video. Appreciate y'all in advance. Let's get to it.
Grand fan, if you ready to see the word fan, can I get a yes, sir?
Yeah, twin? Come on, world fame, let's make it happen. Last home game of the season, baby. Here we go. Last home game of the season. Set.
We saw the first and we seen the last. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Isidore, prime time, holiday the bird from that Lafayette, Louisiana. My man Evan Sandman Mitchell and that bad boy from Shreveport, Louisiana. Dale Marshall Jr., the best to ever.
A CRM shouldn't weigh your budget.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Since 1926, this prestigious, electrifying, multi-talented band has performed in nearly every major city across the world. Africa, Tokyo, Spain, from the U.S. coast to coast to the NBA All-Star Game. BET to stadium seats, the whole to the Super Bowl. They know our name. We are the World Fame. Now World Fame will execute a precision drill to backstabbers on the OJ.
Pretty formations. Real pretty formation. It's a missed opportunity because they keep closing in on the man.
Hey, I'm Bam. I'm so Gram Bam. I'm so Gram Bam. Hey, say I'm so Gram Bam. Hey, it's Deezy. What's up? GSU, better known as the G. I'm black and gold down from my head to my feet. You can tell I got that tiger in me. I'm so Gram Bam, even Stevie Wonder could see. Never change, I'ma always keep it G to the death. Only like grade 8, ain't making no L. Going to school trying to make something out of myself. People hating on the G, but we ain't worried about them. Cause I love my HBCU. Everybody is somebody at GSU. I'm a Eddie Rob and the football team. One bang, watch your band gonna be playing this beat.
Got the Greeks coming up there doing something special. That was entertaining. Alright, let's give it a grade. It was pretty cool to see all the Greeks out there. Wasn't that nice? Alrighty. So let's give it a grade. Entrance is a 5. Songs is a 5. Formations, I'm going to give them a 5. Dancers is a 5. Oh, no, I lied. I'm going to give them a 4. Simply because they kept doing more close-ups on the band, and I couldn't really capture a lot of it. So I'm going to give it a 4 because it's kind of indecisive. So 4 by default. Breakdowns a 5. So almost a perfect, but they almost got a perfect 30. Okay, so they got a 29. That's a strong field show rating. Very, very strong. Good stuff. Good stuff for World of Fame. Very entertaining field show. Put that record up, put a dub on their name. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That was nice to see. That's a good way to end the season. We saw the first game and we saw the last game. So that was really entertaining. I really enjoyed that. You know, it had its moments. The Greeks really kept the momentum going. You know, the creative department, it was very unique. Like I said, the only thing I could have to complain about, I just wish that the media team would just focus more on the dancers than the bands. I get the band members are dancing as well with the dancers, but it's the dance feature. Okay. If you gave me an up top view like this, and they kept it like this for majority and have close-ups on them, I would have been okay with that. But I just think that was just a miss, opportunity for them. Because people want to see the orchesis. I get that the band is moving, but I think that was the wrong thing to look at during the dance feature. You kind of, people want to see the dancers for the dance feature. Okay, I'm not saying that y'all can't dance. I'm saying that people want to see the dances while y'all recording, okay? And everything else is good. I loved everything else, but I just think that's my one critique I would give the media team on this, okay? But 29, not bad. Almost a perfect 30. I didn't expect nothing less. Didn't expect nothing less, all right? So, this is them at the Super Bowl in New Orleans, okay? Now, it looked like this is a close-up view of them, so I don't think the quality is going to be good as what we've been seeing, and I don't think that they got no top view either. So, we're just going to roll with what we got, and what I mean by quality is like when you up on a band, you're going to hear a lot of people not sounding in tune. I just want to throw that out there. Bands can tune up, but, sometimes when you're marching, you can kind of throw yourself out of tune. So that's a thing, too. A lot of people don't know that. So, for all y'all non-music majors, I just educated y'all on something. Alright? So, we're going to get into this. This is clocking in. This is a lot going on here. So, we're going to see what's going to take place. We're going to give it a grade. And we're going to be done. Alright, we're gonna be done with this one, and we got the Mavericks, and we'll be done with this one. So again, if y'all made it this far, please consider subscribing and liking up the video. Appreciate y'all in advance. Let's get to it.
For my young men and my young women out there, we're about to show you what we do on the actual field. When we come out to the Bayou Classic, when we come out to all these different classics, and we're gonna show you how we come out on the field. And this is what we do. Once again, thank you to Super Bowl 59 for recognizing our HBCUs. It's a major thing. We matter too. So right now, as a World Frame transformed to show you what we do on the actual football field. This is how it goes down.
This is their practice field. This is the Saints practice field. We're limited to what we got, but we want to grade what we can see.
On the football field, we're about about to show you how we get down.
Since the dawn of baseball, every
This is the world fame, New Orleans, Louisiana, Super Bowl 59. This is the world fame. How about this? When I say world, you say fame. World, world. When I say world, you say fame. World, world. Here we go.
If I ever had enough money, I would donate a practice field for the Grambling. Just for them to practice on the inside, because it can be hot on the outside. You feel me? But that's wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. I had it my way, that's what I would do.
From the road, Louisiana, is the door from the time holiday the third. And from that Lafayette, Louisiana, Matt Mitchell, the best to ever do it. New Orleans, Louisiana, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Since 1926, this prestigious, electrifying, multi-talented band has performed in nearly every major stadium across the world. Africa, Tokyo, Spain, from the U.S. coast to coast to the NBA All-Star. To stadium seats, the whole to the Super Bowl.
People needs to get up since we can't see everything. We're looking for needs to be up. I can appreciate this more because I can see the dancers. You feel me? Gotta get it on key since this. They on the 3 features back to back, man. I know they tired. I know they tired. The drum line did something. Let's see. Yeah, the drum line did something.
So you think you know Wix?
We're not gonna grade
do
the
you
drum
really?
line.
First up, we've got...
Yeah, we're not going to grade the drum line, but I want to give it a grade. They gave him a whole feature. They gave him a big performance. All right? So, creative, I'm going to give them a 5. Grambling, entrance, I'm going to give them a 5. Field show, the field, the songs, did a 5. Formation, 5. Dances, a 5. You should give them more because they sure did 3 features. I know they tired. Breakdowns, a 5. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and I got a perfect 30. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, a perfect 30. It was a good performance. I enjoyed everything about it. I couldn't spot anything wrong with it. Wish we had a top view, but we work with what we got. For what a majority, for what I saw, everybody got their legs up. You know, that's what I'm concerned about. If I get an up-close view like this, if I can see y'all legs up, I'm cool with that. But if I see people skating or walking, we're going to talk about you. But I got a perfect 30 from this performance. It was real nice, very enjoyable, okay? It was a lot of creative moments that the Orchesis brought. One thing also I liked about it is that they incorporated everything that they could. You know, they gave a strong performance. It was a lot to look at, a lot to engage with as well. So I really enjoyed that from them, okay? So with that being said, they got a dub on their name, ladies and gentlemen. That was nice. A nice little dub on their name. I think is well deserved, okay? So we got one more performance from them, and we're gonna be done, okay? This is at the at the Mavericks basketball game. All right. So please consider subscribing if you can. Helps out a lot. We're gonna go with this top view. This top view is a little bit better because it's like I can catch everything, and I love that. You know. So we're gonna run this commercial. We're going on the long one too. Alright, so with this being said, you know, if y'all made it this far to the video, please consider subscribing and liking up the video. It means so much to me. I'm gonna give them a subscribe and a like for this love right here because it's a lot. You feel me? So if y'all can, please do the same. It really means a lot. But in the meantime, this the last one. So this is at a sports game. So let me explain. When you at a sports event, a live sports event, time is short. So they have to do things sporadically to get a decent field show. So we're going to see what we're going to get out of them. Don't know what to expect, but let's see. This looks like this is not the full band. This is just part of the band. But we're going to grade it because I'm sure that they incorporated something unique with this, okay? Like they're going to be doing some marching as well. All right, so let's get to it.
World famed Grambling State University Tiger Marching Band.
The following performance is rated G. One of the baddest drum majors to ever touch an NBA basketball court. He's from Shreveport, Louisiana. Drum major Dale Marshall Jr., the best to ever do it. Dallas Mavericks fans, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Since 1926, this prestigious, electrifying, multi-talented band has performed in nearly every major stadium across the world. Africa, Tokyo, Spain, from the U.S. coast to coast to the NBA All-Star Game, BET to stadium seats, the hall to the Super Bowl. They know our name. We are the world fame. And now they want to play right here at the edge of the seats as we jam to Fresh by Cool in the Game.
Look at that 8-5 on the basketball court, ladies and gentlemen. And it looked good too.
The world famous
It's challenge because there's no markers on the field, so they're really going off of memory too. I really want to throw that on your conscience.
Grambling State University.
He got the energy too. That's what you call a performance, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, let's give it a grade, ladies and gentlemen. That was nice. I enjoyed that. Okay, so let's give it a grade. was a perfect field show rating, ladies and gentlemen. No complaints at all. I gotta give him a little bit of extra credit for that because I'm just like, y'all did that on a basketball, on a basketball court. Usually you do stuff like that on a football field, but you was able to do it on a basketball court. There's no marker, so that's very hard. That's a lot of practice. And for it to be a pep band and it still look good, it really looked really, really entertaining. Okay? So no complaints at all, man. They did really good. I don't think I would say I would add. They didn't get a perfect 30 this time, but they kind of missed about 2 points on that. But they got what's that? A 28. They got 28. So they're thoroughly entertaining. Thoroughly entertaining. I really enjoyed that from them. All right. So with that being said, put another dub on their name. Fire. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. This is their official record for the season. That was a real good turnout for them. Okay, nice record for Grambling. I think that's a nice record. Okay, definitely some things that can be worked on, but I think that's a very strong record for them. Okay, they end up getting 3 dubs out of these performances, so that's good. That for real, that's really good. So, if y'all made it this far, please consider subscribing and liking. It helps your boy out tremendously, man. I appreciate y'all, Gram fam. If you really want to be a part of this family, please support your boy. I'm going to be grading all HBCU content. Again, this is going into a SWAC tier list, so we get to see who's the strongest band in the SWAC, ladies and gentlemen. That's what those records are for. So you know what we're going to be doing, okay? So I really appreciate y'all in the long run. And I thank y'all so much. Very humble and blessed for y'all to tune in. Shout out to Gram fam. Really, really enjoyed y'all this season. Keep up the good work. There definitely is some improvement to be done in some other departments, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But until then, man, I really appreciate y'all, man, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Until then, deuces.